traffic.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did skip that.
Okay, because before the loud traffic, Owen, like, walks up to Anya, and he's like, you got me kicked out of CPR. And she's like, well, that was not my intention, but you don't get to harass any more girls. Oh, well, tough break.
Yeah.
And Owen's like, I don't get what I did. And
like, it would be lifeguard.
And she, like, basically tells him off and is amazing.
Yes.
And then he's like, but I like you. And she's like, sorry.
She's like, I don't like you. Bye. Yeah, and then the loud noises. And then we're with Claire and Alli, but I don't remember what happens.
Let's see. Allie's worried about Simpson and her new thing is like wanting to be the smartest. Like before it was wanting to be the prettiest and most popular, and now she's like, I must be smartest.
Which is probably the best way to go.
And she's like very worried about Simpson doing well, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then she's talking to Claire about like the grade 10s and like how they should be the smartest. And Claire's like, some grade 10s aren't that smart, which is a fair point.
Right. And then Allie's like, I can tutor them. But then, and then the next note I have is, so proud of Fiona resisting the weird carafe of wine.
Yeah, Fiona is sitting there talking to herself, like, describing where she is.
Yeah.
And Holly J comes over and she's like, I'm proud of you. You're doing great.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you, but you're doing great.
I think she's like, are you talking to yourself? You're doing good. That's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then we're with Owen and Anya again.
And Anya is cold as fuck to him, and I love it.
And Owen is like, but I like you, da-da-da. And she's like, and he's like, I didn't, like, mean to make you feel uncomfortable. And it's like, fucking, no, check yourself.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I don't like you, and I never will. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's being very harsh, which
And
I
then-
enjoyed. But also, like, he's taking it in stride. He's being very adult about it.
Yeah.
He's not, like, lashing out. He's like, I understand.
And he's like, truce. And I was like, okay, that was surprising for Owen, but...
Is this what people keep meaning when they keep telling us that he gets a little better?
Well, he doesn't get great by the end of the episode.
No.
I don't know. He's still a horrible homophobe. Don't forget
he
that.
sucks. Don't get me wrong. I'm like not Team Owen. I'm just
No.
people keep saying like he gets a little better, like maybe up to a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this the 3? Is this the most we have to look forward to?
Maybe. I don't know. But then we're back at court and fucking Tinsley goes up. And then the lady lawyer is like, has he ever hurt you? And she pauses for a really long time.
Yep.
They're like, answer the question. She's like, no.
She doesn't even say no. She just like shakes her head a teeny tiny bit.
And then the Fiona's lawyer is like, so you paused there. What's going on? And then she's like, he slapped me, but only a little bit.
And one time I was
Yeah.
talking to another guy. So
But she also keeps giving really like meaningful looks to Fiona
Yes.
the whole time.
I feel like she was like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, the meaningful looks lead me to believe that Tinsley I keep wanting to call her Tinsley Mortimer. Tinsley is a secret genius and like secret empath. And she's just like, I'm going to go to this trial and I'm going to speak my truth
Yes.
and help out Fiona because Bobby sucks.
Bobby is horrible. And yeah, and then she admits it, and then I was like, yes, girls, helping, girls, yes, yes, yes.
I love it.
I don't know, my next note is Miss O, that's not ethical, but I don't remember what happens.
She comes up to Claire and Alli who are studying, and she's like, you guys should get some other people to join your club. And they were like, what club? And she's like, your study club. And she's like, I sent you an email. Read the email, then delete the email, then erase your trash.
Right.
I'm like, that is weird.
And it's like a list of kids who need tutoring for this test,
yeah,
I'm assuming.
it's a bunch of like grade 10s plus Drew.
Yeah, because Drew's dumb and still in grade 10 math.
Yep.
But then we hop back to the trial, and Fiona wins $250,000, but she wins, and Bobby gets like counseling or something.
Yeah. I hope that she donates all of it to charity.
Yes. And then
Like, what was so Holland and I went and saw the Vagina Monologues recently because
Yes.
Allegra was in it and she was awesome. What was the
I don't remember. I can find a program.
Yeah, because I want to
Find it later. We can plug it at the end.
Yeah.
But so then they win, and it's very exciting. And then Fiona straight up kisses Holly J on the mouth.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh no.
And then, like, the next scene is clearly a fantasy dream of Fiona's. And she and Holly J are, like, getting all dressed up for, like, front row at Karl Lagerfeld. And I think
in
Fiona,
Milan.
Yeah, and I think Fiona calls Holly J luminous, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. And the music playing in the background literally is just saying, "Be my girl."
It is the most Fiona sex dream that she could ever have.
It's like they're getting ready to fly to Milan for Fashion Week to be in the front row at Karl Lagerfeld, but like they're also like sexy.
Yeah, it's extremely Fiona.
And the coins just really have a thing for Holly J.
Apparently.
And then she wakes up and she's like, "Oh no, maybe I'm in love with Holly J," but she hasn't really come to terms with that yet.
Nope.
And then Alli has tricked people into coming to a study group thing by telling them they will get a prize. And then when they find out they will not get a prize, they all leave.
Well, their prize is surprise math tutoring.
Exactly.
And then Drew, like, is talking to Alli because she's like, she's trying to sell her case. And he makes a really good point, which is basically like, if these teachers failed to teach us, why should we?
It's like, it's not our fault if they didn't do their job. Basically.
Exactly. Like, if this many people are failing math, maybe we do need new teachers.
Yeah. But she's like, "No, let's study. Mr. Simpson needs our help." And then, we're with Fiona and Holly J, maybe, and Anya.
Yeah.
I don't know. Holly J's like, "Guess what? I don't like Sav anymore." I think she's like, "If I don't hang out with Sav soon, he's gonna go all emo on me, or worse, make me a mixtape."
Which nightmare. And Fiona's like, "No, go hang out with Sav. I'll hang out with," and then she decides to hang out with Adam.
Oh yeah, maybe the not liking Sav stuff doesn't happen until the next episode.
Yeah, it's the next episode, But Holly J's like, "I'm going to have to go hang out with Sav." And Fiona's like, "That's cool. I'll hang out with Adam."
Yay. And he's so happy. And I think, does she like invite him over to watch a movie at this point?
Yeah.
I don't remember. And then
she's like, and they like missed each other, but also Fiona is going through a thing.
Oh, wait. And then Alli goes on the morning announcements and is like, "Everybody, study for your math test thing. And if we all do well, we'll get a dance afterwards. Do it." And then, like, immediately, Claire's like, "What are you doing? How did you promise a dance?" And then freaking Mr. Simpson comes on and is like, "Alli Bandari, please come to the office."
Seriously. But she does say, like, after her talk with Drew, Claire's like, "Yeah, this isn't going to work." And she's like, "They just need incentive."
Yeah, they just need a reason to care. And then she's like, "Dance," because of course it's Degrassi.
It's Degrassi, and that's all they do.
And then Mr. Simpson is like, "What are you doing? You can't promise a dance." And she's like, "Well, I already did." And he's like, "You can't like bribe people to study with the dance." And she's like, "Well, how do you like trick people into studying?" And she's like, "You don't trick, you just hope that they do. You always hope."
Which is hilarious.
Faraway look.
Yeah, Simpson looks haunted. Also, like, his first line in that scene is like, "One day. You've been back for one day."
It's so good. I love the Simpson Alli scenes.
But then he agrees, and he's like, "This could be a big win for us."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing this."
And then
Fiona's mom is like hovering over Fiona and Adam as they're like getting ready to watch a movie, and then she bails.
Yeah, and then
Adam is like blaming himself for Fiona's drinking, and
she's like, "It's not you.
Yeah,
like it was never your fault. Please don't think that it was ever had anything to do with you."
Yeah, she's like, "I really like you," and Adam is like glowing, which makes
like,
me
"You like me?"
which I love, but also makes me sad because I think we all see where this is going.
Oh yeah, we know why she likes him. And then we're with Anya and Shantae.
Yeah, and Shantae brings Anya over like a hazelnut latte, and Anya is like not appreciative, and Shantae, who like is just winning me over more and more every day of my life. It's like, some people just order coffee.
And then Anya's like, "I'm really confused about Owen. Like, I told him all this stuff and he was actually really cool about it." And Shantae's face the whole time is like all of us. It's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you like excusing his bad behavior because he was nice? I'm confused. What's happening?"
Pretty much.
And then she's like, maybe I should get him back into CPR. Like, it was probably a misunderstanding. He just, like, I'll talk to Mr. Simpson. And Shantae's like, why? And then...
And we're all like, why?
We're all like, what are you doing?
And then Fiona is getting way too sexy with Adam.
They're making out on the couch.
And
Hardcore.
she's getting real handsy. And then she says something that bums all of us out. And she says, it's so much better that you're both.
Ugh, it's so bad. And Adam is like, what are you talking about? And he freaks out. He's like, I am not a girl. And you need to come to terms with the fact that you just want a girl. I'm fucking leaving. Bye.
Yeah,
and
he calls her out. And Fiona does not understand. Like, for a person who's very understanding about the trans thing, she also, like, clearly doesn't understand how being trans works.
Yeah. And Adam does not deserve this at all, and I feel very bad for him.
Like, Adam is a boy. Please don't do this, Fiona.
Don't, like, call him soft and be like, I love that you're, like, the best of both worlds. And it's like, no. But then we're with Alli, who's, like, trying to convince Drew into studying.
And he's like, I do not care about a dance. And then Bianca comes over and is talking to them, and she's like, she looks at Drew and she's she talks to Alli and she's like, is this dance happening? And Allie's like, I don't know. Certain people have to study. And Bianca looks at Drew and she goes, make this dance happen.
Yeah.
And then walks away. And I love her.
It's perfect. And
Drew was like, yeah, okay, I'll study.
And then we get a montage and Less Than Jake plays.
Oh, no. Well, first Holly J is like, yeah, because that's next. But first, Fiona's with Holly J. And Holly J is super busy, but also, like, I feel like should be way more tired. Probably. And then Fiona's just, like, kind of, like, looming over her. And I think she tells her about, like, how it's not going to work with Adam.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not, like, an interesting scene, but it's a thing.
But it happened.
I'm keeping us on track because I know sometimes Allegra will skip a scene.
Yeah.
And then we get the soundtrack of My Life by Less Than Jake, which is a fun time. And
it's like,
a study
people
montage.
Are studying. Yeah.
And Bianca's jealous of Alli and Drew, like, hanging out, even though it's just a study. We get, like, one shot of her, like, glaring.
It's stupid. And I don't. Oh, and then Holly J and Fiona are, like, watching. They're like, have a sleepover, and they're watching The Notebook. And I feel like, and Fiona's like asking Fiona's asking Holly J, like, what's it like to be in love? What does it feel like? And she's like, Holly J's basically talking about, like, when she was in love with Declan. And
she says something that, like, was very sweet. She's like, being in love makes you feel like you have superpowers, which I would not agree with, but it's a nice sentiment.
And she's like, and then, like, how do you feel about Sav? And Holly J's like, I mean, he's very nice, but it's not the same.
He's fine. She's like, but also when I got sick, I really just wanted to call Declan.
Yeah.
So, which, I mean, I get it.
Fair. They went into this with an expiration date anyway. But then,
and Fiona's just so sad because she's like, nope, Holly J loves my brother and not me.
Yeah. And then we're at the dot, and fucking, like, Anya got Owen back into the class, and he's like, thank you so much. And then she's like, yeah, no problem. Like, we're cool now. And then she, like, turns around, and then he fucking bear hugs her from behind,
and
which is
sniffs her hair.
Very creepy. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, what did we just talk about? And he's like, what? I like you. And he's like, and any girl in here would, like, love to, like, date me or, like, have a hug from me or whatever. Why are you being so uncool?
Which sounds like a fucking challenge. Yeah. And it is. So Anya goes over to this table of girls and she's like, super calls Owen out. And she's like, would you want to date this person? Would you want this person, like, lurking all over you?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah
dog. And she's like, fucking leave, bye. Oh, fucking Owen. Oh, he's so... Oh, and he's like, I'm leaving. And then he, like, walks off, but he has nowhere to go.
Yep.
Because then Anya leaves.
For that, I think it's just scene blocking.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And then We're with Fiona and her mom. And
Fiona's mom comes in because
Holly J went to bed early.
She's like, I'm tired. And this is like the first time they really mention that, like,
she's actually ill.
She actually is tired because dialysis.